Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Tuesday, December 27th, 2016. And today in our Tech News Update, we have Microsoft that could become, with the LinkedIn purchase, the first trillion-dollar company. You know, we have companies that have a lot of market value. Apple, one of the biggest right now. And Microsoft, apparently with LinkedIn, might actually in 2017 at some point reach 1 trillion in market value. That is a lot of money, and it would be the first company to reach this market cap. Now that's kind of interesting also because, you know, for years and years, Microsoft stock was pretty much stagnant. But there's like a turnaround now. Microsoft seems to be a more interesting company to invest in. So that's going to be interesting to see if they do reach $1 trillion. That's a lot of money. Firefox, yesterday we were talking that the Firefox browser will drop its support for Windows XP and Vista. And now we know exactly it will happen in September of 2017. So that means what? That means that up to September you still have support for Firefox. And if you're on Windows XP, it means that your Firefox browser will pretty much be up to date for security. After that, that will probably bring you into basically a territory of no more security updates, meaning your Firefox browser will, with time, become less and less secure. It's still going to continue working, and probably the nail in the coffin of Windows XP will come when Firefox will start displaying, problems with some websites because of new technology on the web. So if you're on Vista or on XP, September 2017 is the time when your Firefox browser will just have end of support from Mozilla. Well, Windows 10 Insider Preview, as I was announcing yesterday, a leak of build 14997 was released on December 25th by an anonymous user. And if you haven't seen, I've shown a little demo of this. It has quite a few new features that are interesting, so check it out. It has folders on the start menu. It has a few new things in the Edge browser with setting aside tabs. It has a modified settings menu and so on. So check it out. A small review is on the channel where you can see what's new in this build. And as for us regular users that are waiting for the next build, probably sometime next week we would maybe get one. If not next week, it will probably be in 2 weeks. So it's going to be interesting because this probably shows the possible new features that we'll have in the next official build of Windows 10. Well, interesting. Benchmarks are in. We were talking about the AMD Ryzen, or what a lot of people are calling Zen CPU. And we were, thinking that this could be a game changer, being very, very good compared to the Intel processors. So here we have a French magazine that actually benchmarked the CPU sample that they had, and here are the numbers. For regular computing of different types of, like here you see the consisting of H.264 1080p, 4K encoding, and so on. Here are the numbers, and they are quite amazing when you look at this. So the AMD CPU, the new Zen CPU, second, look at this here. This is the benchmark, giving it 168.7%. Now that means that if this CPU is actually less expensive than Intel, you might have a game changer here with this CPU being adopted by a lot of people. Pretty amazing performance, if you can see here, compared to all the Core i7, i5s from basically the Intel line of CPUs. Where it shines less, and that's probably one of the biggest markets that AMD CPU would have, is in gaming. When you look at the gaming benchmarks, it's not as clear. It's average or even a little below average compared to the Core i7s from Intel. And this, of course, were tested with Far Cry 4, Grid Autosport, Battlefield 4, and so on. So this means that in average on the gaming benchmark, it isn't as good. So it is interesting because AMD CPUs are often used by gamers much more than Intel because gaming machines are expensive and they, of course, AMD CPUs often lower the price of the gaming machines and still offer good performance. But here, we're kind of seeing that maybe the Intel Core i7s are better in their performance. Even a Core i5 beats the AMD CPU, so that's not super good news in the gaming side. But this is the sample, and of course they will create all sorts of variations of this or variants of this CPU, and we'll see if they can actually make it better at some point. Well, in 2016, for many years now, we're talking about cord cutters, the people that just leave cable and decide that they can actually do whatever they want in the streaming side of the internet. Well, what we see in 2016 as a trend is that the cord cutting is going at a slower pace than in previous years, meaning that a lot of people are still hanging on to the cable TV. TV still has most of the advertisement for now, yet that will change apparently. By 2020, the internet should have most of the ad revenue. And what's interesting also is that even though streaming services are gaining more and more users, still the cord cutting is slowing pace. So that's an interesting trend. Of course, if you look at who is cord cutting, in general, the young generation is a cord cutting generation. They watch almost everything on the internet: YouTube, Netflix, and so on. Older generations are still on cable TV, still using their cable TV, and but are also gaining in the access of streaming services. So that's an interesting number, and we'll see. It seems that TV is holding on there. And it's going to be interesting to see if this trend continues into 2017, or if at some point, uh, you know, maybe the pace of cord cutters will actually start to increase again. So this was the Tech News Update for Tuesday, December 27th, 2016. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, let us know. And hope you enjoy our videos. Thank you for watching.